All right. Good afternoon to those of you on the West Coast. A good evening to those of you on the East Coast. I'm your host, Brandon Troy, host and co-creator of Movers and Shakers Unlimited. And I have an interesting guest, on tap for you guys, talking about, some innovations when it comes to EVs, so electronic vehicles, and the constant impending trend that we're seeing towards cyber threats that are happening with EVs. So let me bring him on now. CEO of C2A Security, Mr. Roy Fridman. Let me bring him on. Hey Roy, how you doing?
Hi, Brandon. Hi, everyone. Nice to be
All
here.
right. So first and foremost, man, here we are at CES 2023. How has it been going so far? And I know it's still early days of it being early in the week, but how are things?
Yeah, so far, it hasn't started yet. The show, officially starts in about, I think, 2 days or tomorrow. There will start being some, I don't know, events. So we are still not there. I decided to come early to enjoy Vegas as well.
All right, outstanding. So, just to hit the ground running, I want to, hop right into the formation or constructing of C2A security. So, are you able, to, give, a quick explanation of, how that, came to be?
Yeah, so C2A was founded based on, let's call it serial entrepreneurs that worked in the cybersecurity business and for many years. Basically, the last company that Michael Dick, our founder, founded was co-founder of was called NDS. It's a company that dealt with uh, maybe not directly automotive related product, but it did deliver, you know, videos and pay-per-view and everything relates to streaming of data. And Michael basically was one of the co-founders, and the company was sold to Cisco for $5 billion. And doing the work, under Cisco, one of the projects was around securing vehicles. Was actually a joint work with General Motors, and this was done together with Professor Ellen Taub, that at that time was one of the key executives responsible for research and development at GM. And basically, what happened is that after a while, after working with that in that area, Cisco decided not to focus on automotive, but Michael understood that the revolution, the mobility revolution, is coming, and vehicles are going to become more connected, more autonomous, more electric, and that means that very soon you'll have an iPhone on wheels, basically. So if you do that, what is the difference between a computer that is well secured, in your house or in your work, than a vehicle? Actually, vehicles are more dangerous because they can make a lot more damage and have more personal information and so on and so forth. So basically, that kind of led Michael to found C2A, and the rest is history.
Outstanding, outstanding. So, I love for you to, go even further in depth of, the possibilities of this because, I'm going to go into an extreme, if you will. I'm a big film guy, and I don't know if you're, privy to a lot of, major tentpole action movies, but one movie that comes to mind for me, and I don't know if you've gotten this before, is thinking of Fast and Furious because like we have that scene with the villain who is very tech savvy, and we have that whole sequence right of the cars that are driving themselves. Now I know a lot of that is obviously extreme, but it still raises the possibility, even if it's not specifically those particular instances of some potential things that may happen. So can you speak further to that of because you're absolutely right. If we're talking about cars that are essentially becoming like smartphones, people carry so much of their lives in their phones. So that's going to be another thing that is very much personalized to that person. So you'll know a lot about a person if it is tuned in and wired that way, just as we would have with the phone.
Yeah, and unless you're going to tell me otherwise, I don't think that your smartphone can drive at 70 miles per hour and basically
Right,
run
right,
run you
right,
over or hit a wall or
right.
thing like that. So actually, the potential damage of cybersecurity relates to automotive has all of the known cybersecurity issues that we know from IT, from computers, because it has all of the personal information, that is going to be part of the part of the vehicle. Everything that relates to that is there. But in addition, you can add the, let's call it, the catastrophic effects of being able to basically take over a vehicle, to do all sorts of things that maybe I cannot imagine right now. Actually, I'm a big believer not in scaring people and talking about someone hijacking your car just to hijack you to a certain place, but I'm more of a person that thinks about, okay, what is the financial gain that a hacker can gain when they hack a vehicle? So if you think about, I don't know, commercial vehicle fleets or mining operations and everything that relates to making money on a constant basis, and what will happen to the revenue stream if, for example, you stop the operation of these activities. These places, can cause millions of dollars in damage a day just by stopping them, even if you're not talking about terrorism. And until now we only talked about the vehicle itself, but let's take it one step further. Electric vehicles. What is special about electric vehicles? They have this small thing that is not a gas pump, but it's a charger. They connect to a charger. You know that this charger actually controls the energy that is being driven to your vehicle. Let's imagine a shopping mall, and you are charging your vehicle under a shopping mall, and someone decides to overload your battery, or the battery of your Tesla, and blows up the vehicle under the shopping mall. Just let your imagination run wild, and
I try not to.
that's beyond the personal information stealing and the payment to the charging station and so on. You can take this. I can go on for 2 hours now on all the things that can happen.
Yeah, yeah, it's scary stuff. So I mean, in terms of just that idea of finding solutions, as we continue to innovate, it raises, just as you're bringing up with the various situations or circumstances, new problems. So what are some ways that you are trying to meet the demand of those challenges of things continuing to become more innovative and more seamless in terms of how we're connected with our technology, and still meeting that demand to make sure that we're protected in that way? Because I'm sure it's not easy of trying to catch up with or meet that demand as we continue to evolve with what we're able to do with technology.
So specifically, if we are talking, there are many challenges to solve, and of course, C2A doesn't solve all of them when it comes to cybersecurity. But where we are focused on is actually to bring to the market the first cybersecurity DevOps platform. And what does it mean? A centralized management system that manages the life cycle of the vehicle and the infrastructure that connects to the vehicle, from the steps of the development to the actual operations and back, because this is a never ending cycle. So, what we are trying to do is actually streamline the whole management of cybersecurity so it will be more efficient, it will be more time effective. You will be able to scale and deal with multiple events coming at you at the same time as in IT. So at the end of the day, you will be automated and you will be able to deal with the cybersecurity challenges that come your way.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, Roy, thank you, so much for squeezing in some time to be able to, talk about what some super scary stuff of what we have, in terms of cybersecurity with EV, but also, cool to know of some of the things that are going to be that you guys are working on to put in place to combat that. Can you tell folks where they'll be able to find you guys on the floor for the show this week?
Yeah, we will be in an exhibitor booth, not directly on the show. We have chosen to focus on our efforts on meetings, but there will be many different announcements. Actually, one was already released, but there will be a very special announcement happening tomorrow about C2A and one of our partners. So I hope you stay tuned. And in this announcement, there will be also the ability to register and come and see us in our exhibitor booth and exhibitor suite, sorry, and see the things that we are able to do.
All right, great. Well, Roy, thank you so much for, as I said, squeezing some time and hopping on. I'm your host, Brandon Troy, you guys, host and co-creator of Movies and Shakers Unlimited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be safe out there, and see you soon.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye bye.